Wasabi wallet. Unfairly private.
If you've begun creating a sizable position in Bitcoin, then security of your funds is of the utmost importance. Now, there are many different solutions out there when it comes to hardware wallets to secure the keys to your money offline, but many have begun to look into something called MULTISIG, where you can create a digital vault that requires multiple keys or devices to unlock and send the funds out. Today, we're going to be taking a look at one of my go-to mobile wallets, BlueWallet, which has introduced multi-sig wallets just recently. And we're going to be looking at how to set one up with BlueWallet, the Coldcard, as well as the Kobo Vault. I'm Ben with the BTC Sessions, and this is your daily session.
Untitled Bitcoin.
Let's talk a little bit more about multi-sig, how it works, and how we're going to set it up here versus how you may set it up differently at home. So multi-sig, as I said before, is a situation where you can create a digital vault which requires multiple keys to move your money. And so in this instance, we're going to be setting it up so one key resides in BlueWallet itself on your phone, another key will reside in the Coldcard, and another key will reside in the Kobo Vault. And what will be required is at least 2 signatures from those digital keys in order to move your funds out. So you can receive at any time, but you're going to need at least 2 devices, or your phone and one of these other devices, in order to send out. Now, that's not to say that you have to set it up this way. You could have 2 cold cards or 2 Kobo vaults, or you could not even use BlueWallet itself as a signer, but you just store the vault in it, and maybe you have 3 Kobos or 3 cold cards or some other variation. Furthermore, I should say that we're using these 2 hardware wallets, but BlueWallet will support, at the time of recording this video, any wallet that enables air-gapped transactions, which means that you don't have to plug the device into anything in order to sign a transaction. And you'll see how that works going forward. But just so you know, this is versatile, it is evolving, and things can change and get even easier and more adaptable over time. Now, before we dive in, of course, big shout out to sponsors of the show, LEDN.io. This is where you can use your Bitcoin for a variety of different services. Of course, they have their Bitcoin-backed loans, which have saved my butt on a couple different occasions. But if you're in the need of dollars, but you don't want to sell your Bitcoin because 1, that's a taxable event, or 2, you're worried about having to buy back in at a higher price, then that could be for you. Now, they've also got their Bitcoin and USDC savings accounts with interest rates of up to 11.7% annually paid monthly, and they've got their B2X offering, which uses the same loan mechanism to instantly buy more Bitcoin, effectively doubling your Bitcoin on the spot. If you want to check these guys out, there's a link in the show notes down below. If you click that link and opt to use either of their loan products, they will give you $25 for free into your savings account. Now, this show is also sponsored by Kobo Vault. Now, this is one of the hardware wallets that we're going to be using in here, so you get to kind of see it firsthand, but I really love this thing because it is air-gapped in a very easy way. You never plug it into anything. It's all done via QR code, which keeps your keys, of course, safe and offline. Now, it has a secure element. It has open source firmware, which I recommend moving to the Bitcoin-only firmware, and it works with a ton of my favorite wallets like BlueWallet that we're going to use today, but also Wasabi Wallet, Electrum, Bitcoin Core, a ton of other ones, and other multi-sig setups as well. So these guys are really working hard towards interoperability with a ton of different software. Highly recommend. Again, link down below. And the one you're going to be seeing today, I'm using the one with the fingerprint scanner and the rechargeable battery, which is the Kobo Vault Pro. And finally, of course, I am living on Bitcoin. That is my income, and that's what I live on. And so, of course, I need to eat. I need to get gas and shop and do all that stuff. And one of the things that really helps me is Bitrefill.com. So these guys have just endless types of gift cards that you can get for Bitcoin. You can get it paying on chain with Bitcoin, or you can use Lightning Network for those fast and cheap transactions, which is important when the Bitcoin network is incredibly busy. So super easy to use. And on top of that, you actually earn some of that Bitcoin back as you're shopping. So you earn sats back and it stays in your balance here and you can utilize it as you see fit. So can't say enough good things about Bitrefill. It is a godsend for somebody like me who lives on Bitcoin, but even if you just see that the price has gone up and you feel like treating yourself, then Bitrefill is a great spot to do it. Check it out. They are available all over the world. You just designate your country in the top left and see what is available for you. And with that, let's dive into the tutorial. Okay, so I have BlueWallet open on my phone. I also have my Cobo Vault and my Coldcard ready to go at the side here. Now, I have already utilized both BlueWallet and the Cobo Vault and the Coldcard. They have been previously set up with backups and everything. So if you're unfamiliar with using BlueWallet, if you're unfamiliar with using either of these devices and you're using them in your setup, then go back. I do have tutorials for all of them and they will be linked in the show notes down below. But let's get moving on setting this up. So we're going to set up a vault within BlueWallet. We're going to hit the plus sign at the top right. We're going to select the name. We're going to call it Test Vault. And we're going to choose Vault. Okay, and then we're going to hit create. Now, if you had an existing multisig wallet that you wanted to import here, you could hit import wallet. It would ask for a file or to scan, but we're not doing that yet. We're going to hit create. Okay, we are creating a 2 of 3 multisig vault, and this means that there are going to be 3 keys or 3 devices, your phone, the Cobo, and the Coldcard, and those will be the keys necessary to access your digital vault. You will need at least 2 of them to successfully send out of this wallet. Now you can change those settings here under Vault Settings, and you can go up and down. I would recommend, if you've never used multisig and this is your first time, you probably just want to leave these settings be. You can change it, but I wouldn't advise diving into anything unless you know what you're doing, okay? And that's all we need to do. We're going to hit Let's Start. And so it's asking us what are the 3 possible keys that we want to be able to use with this wallet. Now the first one we're going to use is going to actually exist on this phone within BlueWallet. So we're going to actually choose Create New just for this step. And it's going to create a brand new key or a brand new wallet key that goes with this setup. And just like a regular Bitcoin wallet, it gives us 12 words to write down. And this is the backup to the single key that's sitting on this device. Okay, so it's just one piece of your vault. So we're going to write these down, back them up in some way, and we will be back in just a moment. Now, just a side note, when you are backing up your wallet, you can write it down on paper. Of course, that's all well and good. Many people do that. But if you're worried about fire damage or flooding and water damage or just accidentally throwing it out because it's a piece of paper, you may consider backing up your wallets, even your Cobo or your Coldcard, on solid steel with something like the BillFodl. This is over at privacypros.io. Basically, it's a solid piece of steel and you slide in these little tiles to back up your seed phrase instead of writing them down. And again, fireproof, waterproof, and you-proof, likely, because you're much less likely to throw out a piece of steel than a piece of paper. So if you'd like to check them out, there's a link down below. But that being said, let's keep going. For vault key number 2, we're going to be utilizing our Cobo Vault. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit the import button. At this point, it says insert a seed or import your existing vault key. So with our Cobo Vault, we'll turn it on here. On the top left of the device, there's a menu button, and you're going to hit Multisig Wallet in the submenu. Now, we don't have a multisig vault here yet within our Cobo. So first, we need to hit the top 3 buttons in the right, or the top 3 dots, and we're going to export our XPub. And this gives us a QR code And this can be scanned by BlueWallet. So I'm going to hit scan to import a file. I'm going to scan, and there we go. We are set up with our second vault key, and it was just a simple scan from the Kobo. Time to move on to the Coldcard. Once you have powered up and used your PIN to open up your Coldcard, all you're going to do is you're going to scroll down to the settings option. Once in settings, you're going to scroll down once again to multi-sig wallets. And then you're going to scroll down to export XPub. So this is going to create a file on your SD card. You can just hit checkmark here. Lights are going, it's working. Okay, it has created a file and it has written it to the SD card. So at this point, I can take out the SD card, and there will now be a file on this. I need to get that file onto my phone. So you can do this a variety of ways. You can get an attachment if you're using an Android phone and just plug it directly in, or if your Android phone does have a slot for an SD card, you can access the file that way. Or if you prefer, you can plug this into your computer and then send it via email or direct messenger, whatever you want to do. Whatever you need to do to get that file onto your phone so that you can access it there. So I'm going to get it over onto my phone via Telegram. So I'm just going to send myself a private Telegram message with this file, and then we'll open it up in BlueWallet in a moment. Okay, so here I am back on my phone. Again, we need to import into BlueWallet. So I'm just going to head over to Telegram, which I already have open. And you can see I've sent myself a file, which is whatever the name of the file from the Coldcard was. And I'm just going to download it so that I have it on my phone. Okay, great, we're set. Let's head back to BlueWallet, and we're going to hit import. And it says scan or import a file. Now, if you're not scanning, you do need to tap outside of that option there, and then you'll see a little button down in the bottom left that has file. And you simply grab the file that we saw. It's a JSON file. And there we go. So we've now imported the information from the Coldcard to help round out our vault, and we'll help create. And there we go. We have a multi-sig vault. Now we're not quite done here because we've set up the vault here, but we actually need to convey some information back to our hardware wallets, back to the Kobo and the Coldcard. We need to let them know what this vault actually looks like, in that it's combined with two other wallets, and the Kobo and the Coldcard both need to kind of see the information from the other wallets in order to be able to sign and approve transactions. So we're going to go into our multi-sig vault, and up at the top right, those three little dots again, we're going to export coordination setup. And so this gives us a QR code that is animated, and this we're actually going to use the Kobo Vault for, because we can just simply scan it. So the last screen we were on for the Kobo was what we scanned for BlueWallet, but we're just going to go back, and you can see it still says we don't have a multi-sig wallet on Kobo. We're going to hit import down at the bottom. And then in the top right of the Kobo, there's a little square that means to scan. So that's going to open up our camera. And we're just going to hold that here, and it will scan all three QR codes. Understood. It lets us know that it's a 2 of 3 multi-sig setup that we did. We know that. That sounds right. And it shows the cosigners and everything. We hit confirm. Import successful. So the Kobo is all good. And now down below, because the Coldcard does not have a camera, it's all done via SD card, as you already saw with the export. We just need to hit share. And this is going to create a file, multisig vault.txt. and that has been saved to our phone. We just need to get that file back to the Coldcard. So again, I'm gonna use the SD card. I'm gonna send it to myself via Telegram. So I'm just gonna attach, pick a file, and there's the multisig vault file right there. And I'll just send that to myself, and now I can get it on my SD card via my computer. Alternatively, again, if I had a little attachment where I could plug in my SD card, I could just drag it in there like that. But regardless, I'll get this onto the SD card and we'll be right back. All right, the file is now on the SD card, which I will just put into my Coldcard. Now, the Coldcard will have stayed on the previous screen. To back up, you just hit X, but we're basically where we need to be on the multisig wallets option. And all we need to do is go to import from SD, check mark, and then it says there's only one file to pick from. If there were more than one, you can choose which one, but we know multisig vault. And then it says, do you want to create a new multisig wallet? Multisig vault, yes we do. All right, that is now saved. Both the Coldcard, the Kobo Vault, as well as my phone are now set up to be used with our multisig vault. We can now receive and send out transactions. So let's try that. Receiving to a multisig vault is the exact same as receiving to a regular Bitcoin address. In BlueWallet, you just go down to the receive button. Now it says, have you saved your wallet's backup phrase? Yes, I have. That'll just notify you the first time ever. But again, you get pretty standard fare here. You have a QR code that anybody could scan if they're in front of you with their phone, or you have your Bitcoin address down below. If you want to copy it, you can tap to copy to clipboard, or you can share it via any app on your phone if you hit the share button. So now that we have the address, we're just going to go out to one of the other wallets that I have here in BlueWallet already set up with some funds on it. And I'm just going to send over to the address that I designated. We're going to send over $100. Skin in the game, my friends. We're going to paste in that address we copied. It's busy today, so it's a fee, but I want it through quick so I can do this tutorial. So we'll send that off. That looks all good. I'm going to hit send. All right, all good. So if I swipe down, we can see the updated, we've got an outgoing transaction. If I go over to the multisig vault, swipe down, incoming pending transaction. Once that comes through, we will test sending back out, which is the cool part about a multisig setup. Now that we have confirmations on that transaction and the funds are spendable, we can practice sending them out of our multisig vault. We're going to start with a very easy way of doing so. We're going to go back. We need an address to send to. So I'm going to send it back to that original wallet we sent out of. And we're just going to copy an address to send it to. We'll head back to our multisig vault. We're going to hit send. Now, how much are we going to send? We're going to send about half of what's in here. Okay, I'm going to paste in that address. And since this is not time sensitive, I'm going to set a low fee there. And I'm going to hit next. Now, you'll notice within BlueWallet, since there is a key on this device, it will auto sign with the first key and just require you to provide a signature from one of your other devices, either the Kobo or the Coldcard. For this one, we are going to use the Kobo. So I'm going to tap on provide signature. And this is information that it's going to provide to my Kobo Vault so that my Kobo Vault knows what it's signing. So within the Kobo Vault, we're currently in the multisig vault, which you can access again from that menu on the top left. Once you're in your multisig vault, you're going to tap the little square in the top middle. That will open up your camera. And then you just hold it up and it will scan all the QR codes. Okay, now at this point it says, you are sending the following Bitcoin to the following address, and there's going to be some change, and this is the fee. If I agree to that, I'm going to simply hit the sign button. Then I have to enter the password on my vault. Now that I've signed it, on my BlueWallet, I'm going to hit scan or import file. And I'm simply going to hold it up in front. I can see I've now signed with my phone and the Kobo Vault. It says that I have 2 signatures. Everything is good to go. I'm going to hit confirm and send now. Boom. Transaction has been sent. Multisig using my phone and the Kobo Vault. There's the notification letting me know that it has come in my other wallet, but I can see it's pending here. And if I go back to my other wallet, if I swipe down, I will see that in my list of pending transactions there. What I'd like to do at this point is show how to export your multisig vault so that you can access it on your desktop. And once on the desktop, we'll show how to send out the rest of this using the Coldcard as the signer instead of the Kobo Vault. So in the top right of your multisig vault, you're going to tap the 3 dots there, and you're going to tap on Export Backup, or you can tap on Export Coordination Setup. We're going to do Export Coordination Setup. Export/backup actually is, it gives the signer key of what's on the what's actually in BlueWallet, whereas the coordination setup just is kind of the map to your vault without having any of the keys. If I hit Export Coordination Setup, I'm taken to this screen. Now, you can scan this depending on what type of a computer and what operating system you're using with BlueWallet. Because of the, I'm on Mac OS Catalina, and the way that Apple has it, you can't actually scan information from QR codes using the camera. If you're on Big Sur and beyond, so newer versions of Mac OS, then this will be able to be scanned. But for now, I'm going to actually share the file here, and then I will get it from myself on Telegram and use it there. So I'm going to hit share. Okay. Again, it saved that file. Obviously now I have 2 of them, but from before I have it anyways. And then I will just send myself that multisig vault text. There we go. Okay, and then we'll jump over to the computer to see how to import our wallet. Here I am on desktop with BlueWallet. Now this one is different than the one I had on my phone. Obviously these wallets are different from the ones that were previously sitting there, and I don't yet have my multisig vault imported. So to do that, all I need to do, and I've already downloaded that file which we exported previously, I'm going to hit add now. I'm going to click on import wallet and then scan or import file. I'm going to choose import file. And here's the file that I downloaded to my download folder. I'm going to hit open. This will do a little bit of work, and in a moment we should see it pop up, and hopefully with a balance in all the previous transactions. There we go, successfully imported. And if I click on it, we can see our balance, and we can see the transaction that we received and the one that we've sent out. Now, there is something important to note here, and that is this. If we go and tap on Manage Keys, asks for credentials, but what we see here is that all of these are ZPubs, meaning that they don't have the ability to sign. So unlike on my phone, I do not have one of the keys residing on this computer. If I want it there, then I have to manually put it in, and I can do that. Remember, it was the first key that was for BlueWallet. I can tap on, I have the seed for this key, and I can type it in here. So I'm going to do that just a second. Once it's all typed out, I can just hit import. And here we go. So now you can see Vault 1, Vault 2, each of these keys are still the ZPubs, whereas this one actually has a seed, and you have the option to forget the seed if you no longer want the credentials sitting on this computer. Anyway, I can hit save. Once again, give my credentials. Perfect. And now we're all set up. This is now exactly the same as it was on my phone. So I have the power to sign a transaction here in concert with either the Kobo Vault or the Coldcard, the latter of which we're going to use now. So we're going to send out the remaining amount from this multisig vault to one on my phone. So all we're going to do is we're going to hit send. We are going to go to the top right, and we're actually going to say use full balance. Okay. And let's set a lower fee. Again, I'm not in a rush to receive this. And now at this point, I'm going to get out my phone. I'm going to have this sent back to my original BlueWallet, and we'll do it by scanning the QR code. And so I'm just going to hit scan. I can tap the camera button. And then you can verify the address by looking here and then looking on your phone, making sure it's the same. That all looks good. I'm going to hit next. And you can see, again, the vault automatically signs with the key that it has. Now we need the second key. So we're going to hit provide signature. And now what we need to do is we need to get the this file onto the SD card. So I'm plugging the SD card into my computer right now from my Coldcard. And then I'm going to hit share. And I'm going to save it to the SD card here. I'm going to hit save. And then I'm just ejecting the SD card from my computer. And we're going to plug it into the Coldcard to sign it. So I've got the transaction that we had constructed on the SD card here in the file that was created. Plunk that into my Coldcard. I'm going to tap on the first option, which is ready to sign. And it gives me the transaction. You're sending this much Bitcoin to this address with the following network fee. That all looks okay. I'm going to approve it. Okay, now it's updated and signed, and it is on the SD card. So I can get this back on the computer and finish signing the transaction. Back on the computer, we're going to hit scan or import file on the same transaction we were working on. Import file. We're already on the SD card. It's already selected, and it's the one that says part. We're going to hit open. All right, and we have our two necessary signatures. All of our details are here. We hit confirm, send now, and we are done. So we have successfully imported and sent out another transaction, this time on desktop, using the key that we imported to BlueWallet and our Coldcard. So let's talk about backing up your multisig vault. So I have an image that I put together here to kind of better visualize what you've done. When you put together a multisig vault, what you're doing is you're taking three separate devices in this case. We took our BlueWallet, we took our Coldcard, and our Kobo Vault. And we put them together with little bits of data from each device to create a digital vault and a map to get to that digital vault. Now, it is true, once you have access to that vault and you know where it is, only 2 of the devices are required to move funds out. However, what happens if you delete that vault from your phone, or some file becomes corrupted in some way, shape, or form so that you no longer see the balance and can't access that vault? Well, you need to either have a backup of the map, which can be exported, as we saw within the actual BlueWallet app, or you can reconstruct the map with the following pieces. So there are 3 parts to the map: one that pertains to BlueWallet, one that pertains to your Coldcard, and one that pertains to the Kobo Vault. You also have a backup of your BlueWallet, you have a backup of your Coldcard, and a backup of your Kobo Vault, either on paper or maybe in steel. So you need at least one of each part of the map, so part 1, 2, and 3, in either of these options, either the actual BlueWallet or the backup, the actual Coldcard or the backup, the actual Kobo or the backup. Hopefully, in most cases, you'll have all of these things, but if you lose a device or a backup, as long as you have one of the 2 for each piece of the map, you can reconstruct it and recreate your digital vault, at which point you will only require 2 of these options to sign and send out transactions. So you do have to lose a lot of things to lose access to your funds. You not only have to lose the map, but you also have to lose both the device and the backup of an entire piece of the map to not be able to access your funds again. So hopefully that kind of paints a picture of I guess the fault tolerance, or the ability to mitigate risk in a multi-sig setup. You do have to lose a lot of things to lose access to your funds, but it is indeed possible. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please do hit, if you're here on YouTube, like, subscribe, and share. All of those things really do help, and it helps bump content like this in front of more eyeballs. So I really appreciate those of you that do that regularly. If you want to help out the show in another way, you can hit up the sponsors I previously mentioned down below. That was LEDN, Kobo, and Bitrefill, as well as if you want to pick up a backup BillFodl, there's a link for that down below. There's also links if you're looking at the Kobo and the Coldcard. All of that is down below and can be found in the show notes. And finally, if you really liked what you saw, you can always hit me up with a Bitcoin Lightning Network tip at my tippin.me page. That is tippin.me/@BTC sessions. With that, I am out. Have yourselves a wonderful day, a wonderful evening, wherever you may be, and I will see you next time for your daily session.
HODL the Bitcoin.